Yes, my viewers and subscribers. If it's the first time on my channel, do like, share, comment, and subscribe. Here's a headline. Increase seen in 2017 poverty level. A number of Jamaicans living in poverty increased in 2017. The prevalence of poverty among the Jamaican population increased by 2.2 percentage point, moving to 19.3% compared to 17.1% recorded for 2016. The figures were included in a report drafted by the Ministry of Finance based on data from the Jamaica Survey for Living Condition. Ministry Paper 51 was tabled in the Senate yesterday, making references to the report in the upper house yesterday during the debate on pensions regulation. Opposition Senator Lambert Brown ridiculed the government for the increase in the poverty rate, arguing that it was not living up to its campaign slogan, "From Poverty to Prosperity." Opposition Senator Damion Crawford said the figure translates to 521,000 Jamaicans living on less than $250 per day. According to the documents, the increase was fueled by a 5.2 percentage points spike in poverty in the Kingston metropolitan area, KMA. It said the KMA, after recording deadlines for 4 consecutive years, registered the largest increase in poverty. Poverty in other towns climbed by 4.1 percentage point. The second straight year it went up, which the report stated worsened the standard of living in that region. Overall, the poverty rate for the KME was 17.1% and 20.1% for other towns. For rural areas, the number of persons living in poverty moved down from 20.5% in 2016 to 20.5% in 2017. The report, which has been reviewed by cabinets, stated that the overall increase in poverty came against the backdrop of a 1% growth in the economic and addition of 26,200 jobs in 2017. Meanwhile, in response to the opposition senator, government members Audrey Hill asserted that the administration has moved Jamaica out of poverty. He noted that the government is doing everything possible to provide employment and give Jamaicans a safety net. 2017-2016, Jamaican living on an average of or less than $2.50. Wow, according to the document, the increase was fueled by a 5.2% point spike in the poverty in the Kingston metropolitan area. Wow. When the poverty level in the metropolitan city, the Kingston, the capital of Jamaica, is raised that high, what can the other 13 parishes do? What can they do? Mr. Prime Minister and other parliamentarians, how did we get this far? How did we come to a nation under 3 million people on the brink of starvation? How do we get to the table that no longer spread? It's empty. Mr. Prime Minister, my Prime Minister, the Honorable Andrew Owens, and all parliamentarians of the 14 parishes of Jamaica, how did we get to this level? What has caused us to be in such a poverty level? Our island, where people fly from far and come to engraft themselves in the beauty of our island. We're on a blacklist. Many sing the song that Jamaicans only want money, money, money. Since you've been in Parliament, all we hear about is roads, roads, roads. Yes, we need roads. All of you hear about is the high consumption taxes and the IMF. And we hear now about the Chinese company. All parliamentarians, I ask this question, how did we get this far? We're celebrating our independence, and this is flushed on the table. An increase seen in 2017 poverty level. And I repeat again, a nation under 3 million people. We can fit in other countries. We are on the level to starvation. What has caused this? If we do a spontaneous demonstration, would it work out for us? If we walk again to Moran Courthouse, would it work again? If we had to kill some sharp once again, would it work for our people? Poverty drives people to do stuff that should not be done. It let our children become wayward in a sense that our babies start looking for men among parliamentarians to give them money in exchange for prostitution and other immoral acts. How did we come this far? If the upper house can come up with a solution before 2019 comes to a close, what are the solutions that, and what would you bring to the national table and tell the Jamaican nation is gone wrong? What are the means implemented so far? What has done to help our farmers, our fishermen, our young children leaving school with degrees, and some not leaving with anything at all. And we look into the idea that in the school system, the fees were lessened. More of our children would take up the studies and become the entrepreneurs that we want them to, instead of the gunmen that we now see. I know that the Food for the Poor has been doing a tremendous job. And there are other organizations that are trying to do their best. But the Jamaican people had their wits in end when men are lavishing and others are suffering. Poverty drives men to do things that we do not want to speak too loud about. When the prevalence of poverty among the Jamaican population increased by 2.2%, and we hold China for the roads, we owe a company that literally do not employ our young people, and the standard of living is sinking beneath sea level. To all parliamentarians, we vote you in to find solution. All member of parliaments from any section of Jamaica, we're calling on you all to answer the questions. I see opposition Senator Damion Crawford being active in the last couple of months. I've seen the two Peters fighting for a cheer and promising my nation to give them a better outcome. But nobody's saying, are we going to bring our people out of poverty? We're shuffling a cabinet, electing new people, killing out some. It's not going to stop us from going down in this poverty. Many say, Mr. Prime Minister, that you are doing a good thing. Many of us have not seen the road unless we watch them on the YouTube. I don't want to say that you're doing everything wrong. I'm just saying that look at the handle from another perspective. When you came into power, you said that every man should have a castle. But a castle without food, a castle without a maintenance system, a castle that doesn't have JPS inside, a castle where you have no food inside, a castle where there's no storehouse, no barns, ain't a castle. It's just another ruin. And the Jamaican people, I can see, they've looked to you, but you're not talking to them. Honorable Your Holiness, speak to your people. Get the PMP and the JLP to organize, to come together. Because men, and not putting it into prediction, but men, and God so forbid men will trample it again and walk this time to God's house. I'm calling on all parliamentarians of Jamaica. I'm an apostle and a bishop in the Lord's house. And I stand with every able-bodied ministers of the gospel who are willing to stand up for the truth, for the justice that we so deserve. To say, I'm a woman of the soil of the island of Jamaica. But where you're leading us by not speaking is coming back to where it belongs. Once again, this is the apostle out of Zurich saying unto all of us, Shalom.